We came to show out. We gonna show up. We came to show out. We gonna show up. We came to show out. We gonna show up. We came to show out. We gonna show up. We came to show out. We gonna show up. We came to show out. We gonna show up. We came to show out. It's Ring Wars, filling the drought. Show up and show wow. Ring Wars, Carolina. 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 RWC.
Austin, what'd you call me in for? What do you got for me? What is this?
I figured it out. I don't understand why, but there's 3 bums on the RWC roster that have problems with us. And I think I finally narrowed it down. It's Rip Cannon, baby! You know why we don't like him. Came in, stopped our Uno game. Not really a cannon.
No, he's not.
And we hate his face. Then, I didn't put this on here, but that bum disrespected us because he was lollygagging outside and threw me through a TV. Does that make sense? No. Number 2, G-Moniy. For one, doesn't spell money right. Is he really a DJ? I've been to the clubs. I've been all around Fayetteville to where he's been DJing, and those dance floors are whack. Wow. Dead. I got video proof on everything I love. Wow. Is he really made of money? I don't think so.
He's pretty broke to me.
Broke money.
Nice swag, though.
You're the G?
Nice
Garbage. Anyway, last but not least, Xander Keys. You alright?
That's a picture of Andrew Tate.
No, that's definitely Xander Keys.
That's Andrew Tate.
That's Xander. Have you seen them? Listen to me, hear me out. Has Andrew and Xander been in the same room? Ever?
Yeah, that's true. I've never seen Xander without his...
The disrespect! Anyway, what does he do? Yells a lot.
Oh my God, yes.
I've heard him crying backstage talking about we stopped him from being a double champion. But when we was in there helping our dear friend from Dubai, was he getting his stomps in or not? Was he not punching G-Moniy?
Yes, he was.
The 5th?
Former. He's going to be the former.
We about to just see it. Anyway, he's been yelling a lot backstage, and he's definitely rich.
Yeah, I've seen a jet.
I've seen helicopters.
I've seen a limo.
Not possibly.
He's rich.
Nah, he's definitely rich.
Definitely
Definitely got monies.
In fact, maybe we should take him off. I think we should probably be his friend.
You know what?
Yeah,
I agree.
Let's get him out. Yeah, we're take him off the hip.
You know he's good.
But I like what you got here. This is very impertinent information.
Makes sense, right?
We're gonna use this to go get TV Wonder. Bring it home, baby.
Yes, sir.
Bring it home.
You know what they say? Soup, salad, breadsticks.
Hey.
Welcome back, wrestling fans. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Ring Wars Carolina BattleGrounds. Today we're going to be celebrating the 25th anniversary. We're going to open it up with a television championship match, Steve.
Oh, John, and we've got a contest here today. We got a guy young to the game, Justin Storm, but Mr. Storm during the summer, he's already challenged for the television and the junior championship, and he won this opportunity today by defeating both Rip Cannon and J5 in a 3-way contest. No easy feat.
No, not at all. And when we were calling that match, I would have guessed this kid was going to be the long shot in that one, because you look at 2 accomplished wrestlers like Rip Cannon and J5, the kid should be proud of himself just for getting to this point.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. And you see his friends looking on, his training partners, if you will. You know, some people like you may be detractors. They may say, why are they out there?
I am, exactly.
John, that's a stupid thing to say. What did I just say about those men on the outside of the ring? They're friends and they're training partners. Lots of guys come from fighting dojos. They come out to study the match their friend is in so you can analyze it post-match. What'd you do right? What'd you do wrong? Young student of the game with a lot of opportunity in front of him. Why wouldn't he have his friends there to have his back to watch to help him learn?
Yeah, and I see
they need to learn too. They're young to this game.
Very much so. Charles with the Canadian flag, definitely one of the younger men here on the RWC roster. And now you hear the beat dropping. There can only be one man. Foxy 99's own G-Moniy. I tell you what, I cannot believe this. G-Moniy defeating Alex Bryant on May 28th at Slam to become the new television champion. And, Steve, not to be beat. This guy right here on the radar of the National Wrestling Alliance was involved in a big 8-man tag match with Gemstone that on the Crockett Cup weekend.
You know, the accolades keep accruing for him. And like you said, the story today, the champion coming in. Coming out of this, though, that's the question mark. A lot of X factors in front of him. Young kid, has he studied the tapes? Does he know everything? And does Mr. Storm have something waiting that he hasn't put in front of people, in front of the tapes?
Well, I'm sure.
And he's an ever-evolving creature. Rookies change in an instant.
This is true. There is a lot of growth, and I'm sure Justin Storm was smart enough that when both of them were training at the RWC Academy to pay extra special attention to G-Moniy, the fact that Storm knew this match was coming up. Referee checking both men now.
Introducing the challenger from South Paulo, Brazil, weighing in 160 pounds, accompanied to the ring by the all-natural Austin A. and Charles, the man without fear, Justin Storm.
Fans with no love for Mr. Storm.
Well, when you got a bad attitude, why would you love that person? No answer to that. Waiting patiently for the introduction of the champion.
And the champion from Foxy 99 by way of Banter, North Carolina, at a weight of 300 broken records. He is the current Raynor, Carolina television champion, your DJ's favorite DJ, G-Moniy.
Here are the accolades for G-Moniy. Definitely hard-earned and worth every penny he's getting.
Shining that belt up, he may be shining that up for another man.
That is always a possibility.
I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm not making light of G. Not my favorite guy, but he's a nice enough kid. Older to the sport, but he's still a kid. He's still a young man.
Yeah, I don't even know if you could classify him as a veteran yet at this point. I mean, yeah, he's had a lot of matches.
He's a veteran in ring wars.
This is true.
I'll give him that much. But he's absolutely capable.
Oh, absolutely.
Can't take that away from him.
The thing I think about with Justin Storm, I mean, G-Money's got the height advantage, the reach advantage, and the weight advantage. Storm's going to have some speed here. Almost a stick and move strategy if he's going to take down G-Moniy. Carlo elbow tie up to start this one off. And you see the upper body strength of G-Moniy playing in his favor there as Storm's backed up into the corner. And a clean break there. Very good to see by G-Moniy.
G-Moniy taking his time here, not running in after Mr. Storm. I don't know if that's sportsmanship or trepidation.
I wouldn't say trepidation. If anything, it knocked Storm off his game a little bit because I'm sure he wasn't thinking, hey, I'm going to be backed into the corner first move of the match. Rear waistlock applied, though, now. Storm needs to, I was going to say, get his legs a little farther, widen that base, but unsuccessful as G-Moniy now has the rear waistlock applied.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to work out well for Mr. Storm. And I'm rooting for him. I like to see an underdog get his day. But matching strength against G-Moniy, I mean, I don't think he's going to come out the winner in that. G definitively has a size advantage in this one. I do believe, looking at the two of them, the strength advantage.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Storm, if I was Storm or if I was Charles or Austin Hill on the outside advising Justin Storm, I'd say go to work on a knee. Go to work on an ankle. Get that big man off his feet. Because anytime G-Money's standing, you're seeing what's going to take place, which is chops and Justin Storm being led around the ring by G-Moniy. Oh.
And John, again, we're talking 25 years?
25 years.
Is that a real number?
Yes, it is.
That is a huge accomplishment on the scene. A lot of places open up and close their doors 5 years later, 10 years later, 15 years later, certainly 2 decades, almost always, but 25 years is astounding. And what have we got for the fans for this 25 years?
Well, I tell you what, Fodder's going to be here in action, taking on Nite-Stick Eddie Brown, and in the main event, you're going to see Mr. Magnificent teaming up with Hunter Raynor as they take on R.J. Weaver and one of your favorite wrestlers, Rip Cannon.
Mr. Cannon, I believe you can get it done. You just aren't getting it done right yet, but you're almost there. We're almost at your perfect form. Embrace the hate just a little bit more, my
that
friend.
kid's not gonna
Embrace
embrace
the
the hate.
anger, turn to the dark side, whatever you want to call it. You have it in you.
I don't think he does.
Oh, no, he does. All Rip needs to do is embrace a little bit of that inner screw you. I've got it. You don't see it. I've got it.
I think that's few and far between, but Justin Storm getting lit up here. And Austin Hale catching Justin Storm. Look at Charlie trying to get in the face of G-Moniy. That's like David versus Goliath right there.
Yeah, but you know he's doing it. Credit where it's due.
Right.
Not sure how wise that is, but you know, David had his day.
He did. Austin Hale trying to back up G-Moniy. What? Come on. This allows Storm to get in the inside, and cowardly actions by the challenger here.
Well, Money taking his eyes off the money right now. You got to stay on your opponent. And, you know, he has no one to blame but himself for this. Those guys on the outside didn't make him stop focusing. He did. That was his decision.
I hate to.
It's a truth.
It is a truth that G-Moniy does need to focus more on his opponent. And now, because he has not, the challenger coming off the ropes here, big time, and just putting a knee into G-Moniy. I tell you what, I'm surprised that Storm's still trying to match power with G-Moniy and not going to work on the lower body.
And the two men colliding, no definitive winner there. Great clip to the knee, and that's going to ground G.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This is what I was talking about earlier. Storm's best tactic, keep G-Moniy grounded. And just getting led around by his own ankle now is Storm.
Smart strategy.
Yes. Going to work on the inside of the leg there.
We were talking earlier about the size difference. You want to take away a size difference, take away a leg. A guy stands a lot shorter when you take away a leg.
Especially when they're limping around the ring.
And look at this right now. Who's standing tall? Who's got the size advantage right now?
Storm wisely going to work on the patella region. Wait a minute.
Oh, focusing on it too. Look at him.
Yeah.
Got wrapped around his throat, but he went right after the knee. That stopped it dead in its tracks.
Yeah, G-Moniy was trying to strike loose, but didn't get anything for his efforts, and now that knee could have some damage to it. We'll be able to see if G-Money's able to put weight on it once he does get back up, if he's able to get back up, Steve. Storm taking his time, though.
Little unwise, I got to admit on that. But you said earlier, maybe it's about getting in his head. Maybe he feels like he's in a dominant position. Let the other guy realize it.
Like when two dogs are fighting, you know, the new dog is trying to become the alpha of the pack. Why not take your time? Why not go against that old dog? And I'm not comparing G-Moniy to an old dog, but, you know.
Well, let's look at the full story of what we need to see accomplished here if we're looking at it from Mr. Storm's perspective. We're thinking about championships, but sometimes you want to go beyond a championship. Sometimes you want to make a statement. Sometimes beyond winning a championship, there's a statement to be made. And what a statement would it be if he not only defeated G-Moniy, but put him down for quite a while.
Well, getting choked out by Charlie will put you down. I see where you're coming from, Steve. Not only take the man's championship, but take his pride by putting him on the shelf.
Take his pride, make it your own.
Ooh. Using the ropes for extra leverage there. And G-Moniy on his knees now. Wait a minute. Charlie again with the outside interference.
Well, Charlie, he's trying to earn his keep around here. And while, yeah, it's against the rules to do something like that, technically it's okay right now.
How is it technically okay?
Well, the referee's not looking, so it's legal.
So
think about it. Has the referee ever been able to call a disqualification having not seen something?
It's very, very rare.
No, it doesn't happen. Somebody has to show him footage. Nobody's showing him this footage. We haven't done it yet. Why would we do it today?
True. Justin Storm now can.
I'm not letting that guy behind the booth. He's got sticky fingers.
Who? The ref?
Yes.
How do you know the ref's got sticky fingers? This is a good kid.
He's got a poster at the police station, Zebra McGee.
You are making up lies just as we are going along. Oh, back body drop, but
Speaking of crimes, this match, the potential to win may be getting stolen from Mr. Storm. G-Moniy woke back up.
yeah, but you see G-Moniy hobbling around. He can't put any weight on that right leg, or excuse me, left leg. As you see here, and up, and G-Moniy does
He was
slam.
able to pick him up there. He was able to hold him up on that leg.
Yeah, but he's still hobbling around. G-Moniy not having that normal speed that you would think. Oh,
Whoa. That is not a smart move for a guy who's been incurring a lot of damage to his leg. Looks like he added some to his arm there. I'm surprised. It's not more on that his leg that's hurting there.
yeah, I mean,
Landed a little bit on his hip there.
yeah, and that's the thing I think about G-Speed was slowed down there because of the fact that he's concentrating on the pain in his knee and missed the elbow.
Maybe right there.
I mean, pain is a serious distraction. I mean, and G-Money's going to have to push through it if he's
You
going to
know
regain
what I
focus.
just saw happen, John, and I'm sorry to take away from what you were saying, but while we were questioning why G was doing that, Storm, he went right back after the leg there. Maybe G's hope was, my legs really hurt right now. Make this guy think my arms hurt.
Well, that's a possibility.
Didn't work, but it's a smart idea.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, and you can tell G-Money's not faking it at this to distract Justin Storm.
A lot of growth for a guy new to our game for Mr. Storm to not be detracted. And that's a veteran move by G.
Very much so. Very much so. And Justin Storm now, you got to wonder if he's going to go for a submission. I mean, what would it do to G-Money's ego, to not only lose the championship, but to lose it via submission?
Oh, my word.
And
That would do a lot. We talked about it earlier, taking away a man's pride, making it your own. That's the kind of thing that can put a guy on tilt for the rest of his career, especially a guy with heart, a guy like G who has so much heart.
And G-Moniy inching towards the ropes, trying to get the break there, and does, but the damage has been done now. And not only is the knee damage now, Steve, but the lower back took a lot there.
G moving incredibly slowly right now.
Yeah, definitely not the man we saw coming out at the beginning of this match. And G-Moniy exhausted, and shearing in pain.
Well, he's fighting for what he's worth right now.
I
thought those blows lacked impact, but he was able to get the upper hand. But it's what you were saying earlier. That leg, it's pretty much disintegrated at the moment.
Yeah, G-Moniy trying to get Storm up, but
he muscled him up.
Yeah.
And you can see the pain on his face, but he's got him and he dropped him.
Yeah, but might be not enough because you see G-Moniy grabbing that left knee, not able to roll in the direction to get the pinfall.
And Justin real close to the ropes, real close to the outside. He can take away the potential for a loss if G got over there.
Look at Justin Storm.
So slow, though.
Yeah, Justin Storm able to get up quicker than G-Moniy.
G going right after him. Hits the back elbow.
But if you notice, G-Money's almost just one-legged now at this point.
He's hobbling. You're right. He is hobbling out there.
And the television champion getting the strikes in, but every time he punches, making sure not to put weight on that left leg. And it's going to...
Well, G trying to keep himself hyped, but unfortunately for him, that moment he took to keep himself in the game cost him.
Yes, it did. But Storm's slow to cover. I don't get that. Why not go for the cover there? Why take the high risk that you're about to take? Storm may think he's got G-Money's number, but this could blow up in the challenger's face very quickly.
Well, you're not wrong about that, but he's up there, so let's see what happens. Storm comes off. He gets caught. He got planted.
Yeah, but G-Moniy in trouble. Going for a cover, draping over. Oh, come on. What in the world? What's Hale doing? There should be a disqualification.
I'm surprised that there's not. Quite frankly, that's amazing. He's throwing him out. That's certainly the right call.
I tell you what, it's Hale's own reasoning to do that and not to disqualify Storm. Good call by the referee trying to let this one finish. But, Truth be told,
look back in the ring, though. Does he have something on his hand?
I think he does. You know,
John, while all this was going on, I think everyone took their eye off the prize for a moment. G, though, ducks it, gets hit with the back. Oh, Storm lost it. He lost that object.
Yeah.
G-Money, he's got him hooked up. Storm, he's in trouble, John.
hitting him with the remix. But G-Money
He's got to turn him over.
Can he get it? Pressing the shoulders. Great finds the leg. This could be all. And it is. Well, Steve, you were talking about earlier how you have your members of the dojo out there. I'm sure that was all planted. And the fact that Storm was not able to use that weapon played in G-Money's favor, allowing G-Money to retain the television championship.
Unquestionably, it was not just the turning point of the contest, it was the definitive end. Unfortunate for Mr. Storm, fortunate for G. Highly contested bout today. Did not expect it to be this hard-hitting between both men.
And I tell you what, Storm's frustrated, but he has no reason to be. He took it to G-Money, and not a lot of people can say that. G-Money there celebrating in the ring. And we'll be back with more Ring Wars Carolina BattleGrounds. This is Jonathan Darwin, and we'll be back with more Ring Wars Carolina action right after this.
Wow, we gonna show up. We can't show wow.
RWC.
Coming to the ring first. He's here to control your nerves. The NWA Superstar, winner 200 times, Fodder!
The man who's not only part of the RWC roster, but the NWA roster as well, the Psycho Boy Fodder.
And good fortune has been shining on this man who, despite his success, looks like he has never been happy a day in his life. For everything he's accomplished, for everything he's gained, he wants more and needs more.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that motivation that Fodder has. I mean, the man was able to hold the RWC Heavyweight Championship for over a year. We've called some of his biggest matches against what?
Well, Fodder having words with a young fan.
I don't know why Fodder needed to do
Oh,
that.
that kid is a foul-mouthed hooligan. I
Wait
can't
a
even.
minute. You don't know
I
that.
heard what she said from where I'm sitting.
Yo, you can read lips now.
Oh, my friend. What she said is not suitable for network. It's not suitable for church. It's not suitable for a bar. Her parents should be ashamed.
Well, look, and Fodder agreeing with you, trying to get the kid ejected.
And his opponents,
And you know, John, there are so many X factors at play here as we look on at Nite-Stick Eddie Brown, a man who was trained by Steve Carino, who went on to train Fodder, who has not wrestled since March, but make no mistake, he is so capable.
Very much so. I see the microphone in his hand. You got to wonder if Eddie's going to have a few words for Fodder.
Well, he's got the microphone, so I think you know the answer.
Well, technical glitches aside, I'm sure Eddie does want to speak.
You know, usually I come out and I get right about here. Pay attention, Fodder. I usually get it right about here, and it's just, oh my God, I don't want to be here right now. But tonight, it's just so different. Tonight, 25 years in Lumberton, North Carolina. Whether they love me or they hate me, or hell, whether they love to hate me, they've always had a spot for Nite-Stir Eddie Brown in Lumberton, North Carolina.
When you're right, you're right.
Tonight, Psycho Boy guys ready to see what I didn't teach Psycho Boy Fodder? Lumberton, North Carolina. I'm here for one thing, and that's one thing only. 25 years of Ring Wars Carolina. And Lumberton, North Carolina is going to take all these people and the secrets I've never showed you before. And we're going to put you down for the 1, 2, 3 right here. You'll never do that. You'll never put me down.
Bold declarations being made by Nite-Stick Eddie Brown, Steve.
Well, that's nothing new for Nite-Stick. That guy's been making bold declarations for a long time. Fun fact, though, John, a lot of times those declarations, they've come true.
And I will not only say that he's a good wrestler, he's a good businessman, former owner of RWC, and able to keep this going for 2+ decades.
Credit where it's due. It's rare for you to offer that to Eddie Brown, being one of his largest detractors, but thank you for that moment. I'm sure Nite-Stick will hold that close to his heart for whatever you're worth. Not much, by the way.
Well, I think I'm worth a little bit more thanks to Dex Carter purchasing RWC.
John, your wife complains about the paycheck you bring home. I know exactly your worth.
How do you know my paycheck?
I know it because she trusts me, you know? It's like the way she trusts to confide in me that Nite-Stick Eddie Brown's her favorite wrestler, and that when she's with you, a lot of the time she's thinking of him.
Oh, she's not.
Oh, she is.
All right, we're going to
Look
have
at
this.
that beautiful man, that eloquent poise, that handsome smile, those stern features.
Oh!
She is.
I'm not even going to touch that right now because Fodder's trying to get ahead of Eddie Brown, and I don't think that's going to be at all possible. The well-definition body of the Psycho Boy. Oh, I thought was going to take Eddie Brown down, but did not. Wow.
Surprise, surprise. And that's one of the things that he was talking about. He taught Fodder a lot, but he didn't teach him everything. And, yeah, you look at Fodder, you see a guy in his prime, you might be looking past Eddie Brown. You might be thinking old dog had his days. Number one, he's not that old. We're close to the same age. You people are just ageist.
Well, the other thing you're talking about, yeah, he's looking past Eddie Brown probably because this was originally supposed to be Fodder's rematch for the Ring Wars Carolina Championship. Unfortunately, due to double commitment, AJ Kazana not here tonight at the anniversary show.
Oh, and it is so unfortunate because he got a guy who really knows him that he didn't prepare for. And it's easy to think, Fodder's capable. He's a guy who's been to the top of the mountain. He's going everywhere right now. Going up against Ring Wars Carolina when you've been in the NWA, this is going to be a walk in the park. No, not for a moment, not for a second, not with Nite-Stick Eddie Brown. You think that preparation doesn't matter in wrestling? That's because you're an idiot.
Okay, so you're calling Fodder an idiot.
But I'm telling you, you put any capable athlete in the world up against a capable athlete in the world that they're not ready for, who is ready for them, who only wants to be ready for them, bud, that's a big lose scenario. That's a common story.
Well, you're right. When you're right, you're right. Fodder does have to focus on the man across from him now. Collar and elbow tie up again. And Fodder, I mean, you would think with the physical definition he has, would have got the best of Nite-Stick Eddie Brown, but Eddie Brown there just going to work on Fodder.
Yeah, trading hammerlocks right now. Both guys, they've kind of been evenly matched from the outset of this thing.
Side headlock applied by Fodder. And you got the other thing I'm thinking about now that you said it is Fodder just off his game a little bit mentally, not because he's focusing past that, but he's now trying to think, what did Eddie Brown not teach me that I need to be ahead of? What did Eddie Brown not teach me that I need to be prepared for, if possible?
Oh, I'm sure it's curious to him how many times Eddie's been able to just knock him down when they're matching in a strength position. I'm sure that's surprising to him because Fodder, he's a big boy. Look at him. He lives in the gym. People don't just knock him down. That doesn't happen by accident.
No, not at all. I mean, man, a master of supplements and definite gym time.
And Eddie's done it a couple of times now.
Yeah. And I tell you what, Eddie, little flustered there as Fodder was able to break free. The Psycho Boy's
flustered too. Let's be
Oh
fair.
yeah, I was going to go almost saying off tilt at this point, but that might be a little too much.
I want you to look at Fodder's eyes right now, John. I'm going to point out something you don't often see in Fodder's eyes. That's a question that he doesn't quite have the answer to yet. He's wondering, what's going wrong in my game plan today? I know that I didn't prepare for Eddie Brown, but something's happening right now that I didn't anticipate. He's got the edge whenever I try to match him with strength. That's not something he anticipates.
This is true.
And you can see that question, it's eating away at him.
Definitely stopping him from having any offense on Eddie Brown. I mean, he got one hammer lock, but that's pretty much it. Both men measuring each other up now. Oh, a kick to the gut slows Eddie Brown down. Or, I'm sorry, that was to the knee.
Either way, he's got Eddie down right now. And he really needs to focus on a strategy here. Going down full bore using his power hasn't quite worked out in terms of longevity in this match, despite, well, now he's going to a tried and true choke him. Cut off the auction. That's a great strategy. I don't argue with that at all. Take away the breath. You got 5 seconds. Closed fist, that's legal too.
Oh! No closed fist, though, as Eddie Brown gets an elbow to reverse it. Eddie Brown swing and a miss.
Big miss there, though. Catches him with an arm drag there. Incredible execution. And this is part of the wheelhouse of Eddie Brown that we don't commonly see.
No, not at all. I mean, look at the way he's got Fodder up for that potential slam. Just taking his time. Going for the pin, press the shoulders.
And Nite-Stir, incredibly aggressive today. Drops the knee across the bridge of the nose. Side of the face of Fodder.
Well, here's the thing with Eddie Brown, too. You got to think about, okay, if I lose, it's not more than just a loss. It's the fact that I lost to a student, somebody who's now one-up me.
His own student.
Yes.
And you know, you hear in family movies all the time that the greatest moment of a teacher's life is when the student surpasses him. But I look at Eddie Brown, and I've got to tell you, I do not believe that to be the case at all. I don't think he would be thrilled. I don't think he would be happy. I think not only would he be jealous, I think he would be violently angry.
Oh, absolutely. Eddie Brown with that axe handle now. And continuing to go pillar to post on Fodder. Irish whip here, but a reversal by Fodder. Can Fodder get some momentum? Oh, no, sunset flip. This could be all.
Eddie Brown almost stole it right there.
Yeah.
He's got a small package. Has him hooked up.
Another 2 count.
Eddie Brown pulling out all the stops. Ducks underneath, catches the arm, traps the other one. Backslide attempt maybe.
Possible. If Eddie Brown can drop to his knees, gets down to 1, possibly. There we go.
He's fighting for it. He's got him.
2. No. I mean, 3 pin attempts right in a row. Taking all the energy out of Fodder.
And Fodder, he is incredibly winded from all that. It took a lot of energy from Eddie, but Fodder, he was unable to fight against it.
Yeah, Fodder had to find ways to kick out there, and now gasping for breath. Eddie Brown getting ready to come into the corner, but no one home. Oh, shoulder right into the post.
And this could be the absolute turning point. That does no one any favors. That shoulder could have come separate. Nails the neck breaker, does Fodder.
Going for the pin.
This could be it.
2. Close, but no cigar.
Weak kick out, though, John. Let's not make light of that.
Right. It was close. It was very close.
Running into that ring post took so much out of Nite-Stir Eddie Brown in one moment.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. This match, in a lot of ways, in a lot of moments, was going his way. He's played an A+ game today.
Oh, he has.
Then.
He has. But here's the thing, Steve. You know this from calling so many matches with me, like I've called. Sometimes it's only one mistake, and that's the sole moment that you lose the match.
Oh, it always comes down to that one moment when it happens. That's always a question. Nite-Stir fighting for all he's worth now, makes his way up to his feet, and he's working on the solar plexus right now. Breaks the hold. He's got to capitalize, John. Comes off the ropes slowly, though.
Yeah, not at the speed normally that Eddie Brown would have had, and Fodder able to get the elbow off. And the Psycho Boy.
Looking confident right now.
Yeah. Fodder believing he's clearly in the driver's seat. But I tell you what, his opponent, his teacher, could be playing possum.
Could be, but I mean, John.
Could be.
You saw the same thing I did.
I know.
That did not look like possum, and what an incredible sleight of hand that moment would have to have been.
And a neck breaker by Fodder.
That's the second neck breaker, and he hit both of them. Picture perfect.
2. Very close.
And you know, here's a thought that I just had, John. When he ran in there, when he nailed that post with his shoulder, a lot of his neck hit the side of that post too. Is that what Fodder's smelling right now, a potential neck injury?
I tell you what, that's where Fodder really shines. That's why he's in the National Wrestling Alliance, is the fact that Fodder can look for that moment, like that the average fan may not catch, and be able to hone in on that, and that's what makes him the top wrestler that he is.
And Nightstick Eddie Brown, he's certainly feeling everything you just said right now. It's touched on his face. He may not want to admit it, but it's true. Fodder is incredible in that ring, and right now, the end, it might be written. This might be a done deal.
Using that eye rake to water the eyes of Eddie Brown. I tell you what I've seen from Fodder at this point is he's not just going to go for a quick move. He knows if he's going to keep Eddie Brown down for the 3 count, you got to continuously stay on top of this man. And Fodder making sure that Eddie Brown getting no oxygen. None at all. Look at that. Look at the way that Eddie Brown's chest is heaving up and down.
I mean, is it deplorable to choke a man? Yeah, it is. But is it going to get him disqualified?
If he goes past 5.
But he's not. And let's be honest, the referees are a little bit lenient about that one. It's their discretion. A lot of times they let it go because these guys are wrestlers. They're prideful men. They don't want to win because someone went past a 5 count. That's not how they like to win matches.
No, not at all. Eddie Brown definitely wouldn't want to win this one by disqualification. Because Fodder will have bragging rights. Hey, I took it to you, old man. Only thing it was, the referee got in the way.
Oh, that would mess with Eddie Brown forever.
Very much so. We definitely have to see a rematch if that was to happen. Elbow right straight to the sternum now.
Where's your hero, Eddie? Lumberton, North Carolina.
You hear the jeers from the fans of the behavior from the Psycho Boy.
And you know, it's so unusual to see the fans having Eddie's back, but here we are at this moment in time.
Well, some of these people have been coming for years.
I mean, we are talking about 25 years, and he's a guy that you got to give a lot of that credit to.
Yeah, been here since day one. Rear chin lock applied. And Eddie Brown now, can he get the energy? Can he get the adrenaline? Trying to find a way.
Well, Eddie doing everything he can to get hyped up to stay in this thing. He doesn't want to fade out there.
Not at all. Here's the thing. Getting back to it is, oh, what a jawbreaker. And Eddie Brown now trying to dig deep and get that air back in his lungs. Catch that second wind.
So very important right now. He's been sucking for wind for a minute now, and he's gulping it down, but does he have enough?
I don't know. Trying to exchange strikes with the Psycho Boy. Gets a good one off there. But Fodder, not anywhere worn down. Whoa, wait a minute.
Well, Eddie Brown, he may be fighting from a point of desperation, but sometimes our fiercest fight comes from a moment of desperation.
Oh, and a kick straight to the breadbasket there.
Unfortunately, stopped dead in his tracks.
Yeah. Clubbing forearms by the Psycho Boy as Eddie Brown continues to gasp for breath. And Fodder knows it. And look at that. Look where Fodder's hands are. Straight on the neck.
John, you're making a little much of that. He was just lifting him up. He didn't choke him.
I didn't say he was choking him. I was going to say the fact that Fodder knew to work on the neck.
Oh, yeah. Why would we need to point that? The fans know he's one of the absolute.
Oh, come on. Low blow.
Was it a low blow?
Oh, come on, Steve. That was totally unnecessary by the Psycho Boy.
I mean, unnecessary and effective aren't necessarily enemies. I mean, you can do things that are unnecessary. They can lead to victory.
It's possible, but, I mean, do you want to really get a victory like that?
I mean, I would take a victory however I could get it.
Psycho Boy has him up. And Psycho Boy gets the pinfall.
And And Fodder's version of the Uranagi is certainly effective for him today.
Yeah, but would he have even gotten close to pulling off that move but for the fact that he low-blowed his former teacher?
I mean, is that even a relevant question? Did he win the match? Did he win the match? Yes or no?
He
Is
got
he
the
walking away
pinfall.
with the winner's purse?
He
Yes
got
or no?
He got the pinfall.
Is he moving up in the rankings? Yes or no?
Well, I mean,
Yes, that's the answer, John. There's no, well, let me explain my ethics. It doesn't matter. A W is a W. A payday's a payday. A championship is a championship. I don't know how this eclipses you.
well, speaking of championships, I know Fodder definitely wants that match against AJ Kazana, and it will happen down the line. And poor Nite-Stick. Well, for somebody who's played dirty a time or two, you would have thought Nite-Stick Eddie Brown would have been prepared for that one.
I mean, he was ready for it. But unfortunately, Fodder, that's a trick he learned from his mentor. And he learned it very well, and he uses it to great effect now. And you remember earlier when I said the teacher, he's not always happier when the student surpasses him? Ask Eddie Brown the way he's holding himself down low, if he's happier.
I wouldn't be happier.
He isn't.
We'll be back with our main event.
Fans, stick around. You don't want to miss more great Ring Wars Carolina action after this brief interlude.
Wow, we gonna show up. We came to show out.
RWC.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next matchup is scheduled for one fall. It is a tag team match. Coming to the ring first. From Sexyville, California, weighing in at 230 pounds,
Well, cards subject to change, Steven. This was supposed to be a six-man tag match, but New Generation has some personal issues to deal with. So we're going to have to settle for a tag team match. Speaking of tag teams, former one half of the tag team champions, sometimes my broadcast partner, Mr. Magnificent, teaming up with Hunter Raynor, who I know that you are pleased with as Punch because of the way he's adjusted himself.
You know, Hunter Raynor, he's a kid who's always had the right tools, and very recently he's focused those tools in the appropriate direction. And you know, sometimes like a proud parent on the sidelines, mentors like I in this industry, we sit back and we see a kid like Hunter Raynor become a man in front of our eyes. And that kid is a man, make no mistakes about it. No more derogatory comments from you. No more snide remarks about being child. No more threatening to call CPS. I mean, really, John, his mother's basically a saint.
Do we need to watch old footage and see what you said about that amazing lady?
You know, it's like I said, he's focused himself in the right direction, and I have to assume that's because of what an amazing parent she is.
I tell you what, the manure you're slinging right now will grow some good plants.
You're a bit of a hater. Just because somebody told you a long time ago a devil's a beautiful woman doesn't mean that she's the devil. She's a saint, an angel.
Well, I knew that from the beginning, but you did not.
Oh, John, you know that. That woman doesn't like you.
Speaking of mentors, Steve, let's pivot for a second here. What a good
She
mentor.
likes her son. After all the things you've been saying lately.
Me? Are you kidding?
Why is Hunter Raynor doing that? Why does he have to do that? You make it out like he's a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. He's an athlete. A competitive athlete. He's aggressive. That's it. Get over it. She is. She's proud of him.
Speaking of people to be proud of, I'm proud of this young kid. Came in number 2 at the Golden Opportunity Rumble, and eliminated by Gemstone. But as RWC's been holding their live events, RJ Weaver's got a win or two here.
He does?
Yes.
Wait, when did that happen?
At the live events that were non-televised, which is...
I won't believe it till I see it. That's basically, I mean, come on, man.
I was going
Goldberg got like an extra 50 wins off air in non-televised events that never happened. I'm just saying, somebody show this to me. We have cell phones. You're telling me that he didn't have someone in the front row filming that? They won't watch it for him. I'm just saying, footage. Show me footage.
All right, well, bring it up with
RJ
Dex Carter.
I digress. R.J. Weaver, he may get his first victory on TV today.
That's very possible. Teaming up with the former television champion, longest reigning television champion, Rip Cannon.
You know, Rip Cannon, every other week he looks like he gets it. And then he goes back to this. This week he's happy. He's just high-fiving this goofball R.J. Weaver. He doesn't look like he wants to hit people with chairs. He doesn't look like he wants to tell the fans to just go, well, you know what they do.
Well, now,
I'm saying, sometimes he does have a look at this. What is this? What is this? Where's that chip on his shoulder that he had a little while back?
No.
Not that long ago.
Oh,
I like
speaking
the
of
chip.
Chips, I tell you what, R.J. Weaver is fired up about locking it up with his opponents here. Now, I was trying to get the question earlier, Steve, and I'm sure you're going to agree with this, but how good is it that Hunter Raynor has a former tag team champion as his mentor in this tag team match?
I mean, it's fortunate, of course. Anytime you can tag up with that former tag champion, that gives you an edge. And if nothing else, it gives you a learning opportunity.
But are they going to be able to click like Mr. Magnificent has with Sweet Daddy D in the past?
I mean, I think it's irrelevant. The question is, can they click better than R.J. Weaver and Nick Cannon? I'm not saying get along. I'm saying can they click in a way that results in a win?
Yeah, but, well, that being what it is, it's actually more of a Rip Cannon than a Nick Cannon. I know you can get the two confused, Steve. Side headlock applied there. And
I mean, they're both annoying.
I'm not going to disagree because, I mean, Rip is a really nice guy, but the other one... Anyway, can we call a wrestling match, please?
I mean, I've been trying to. You're the detractor.
I am not the detractor. Oh, good kicks by R.J. Weaver. Oh! Straight to the back of the skull. And Hunter Raynor now absolutely flabbergasted as what happened. Now, Mr. Magnificent believes he's got it, but Rip Cannon coming in instead. Excuse me. Something in catering did not disagree.
You okay, Bubby?
Something in catering did not agree with me. Wow. I mean, look at the way that Rip Cannon took down the former heavyweight champion, Mr. Magnificent.
Decent arm drag. Has it cinched in well. He'd be pressing down that deltoid a little better or prevent Mr. Magnificent from being able to drag himself across. Good press down on the nerve, though.
Yeah, grabbing his hair, Mr. Magnificent claims.
I mean,
the man's got a head smoother than Mr.
He's
Clean.
practically tearing the skin off.
Oh. Dear regardless, Rip Cannon with the drop kick now.
If only Rip would cheat a little more. It's amazing how much things can change in 4 weeks. Had so much hope. Here he is.
You are trying to get in this kid's head in the worst way. Shame on you.
I'm just saying, man. Can you imagine that guy thumbing the eye, pulling the tights, pulling the hair? I mean, be a champion right now.
He won the championship honorably. I mean, that's why he was the longest reigning television champion. Mr. Magnificent getting double teamed here. Speaking of championships, Steve, you got to think whoever wins today, whether it's the team of Magnificent and Raynor or Cannon and Weaver, that they would be in line for a tag team shot against our current tag team champions, the Wrestlers.
I mean, I can't argue with that.
Again, I apologize. Something in catering. Coming off the ropes. And the boot gets eaten by R.J. Weaver. Raynor with some good speed. Oh! Leg drop there.
Big boy land hard.
And here's the other thing. For those that are maybe tuning in for the first time or just new to RWC, Hunter Raynor, a two-sport athlete, not only a professional wrestler, but an outstanding high school football player. And yes, I did say high school. That's not a mistake. No comment there, Steven?
I'm sorry, John. I was trying to not listen to you.
Oh, shame on you.
I faded away sometime about, I don't know, 2 minutes ago when you kept droning on and on about catering. Spoiler alert, nobody cares. Hunter Raynor, a lot of force behind that. And you see the way he exploded back off of it. goes right back to Weaver, and that is an aggressive front facelock en route to a suplex.
Yeah, going for the pin. Textbook out of Hunter Raynor. I'm still interested to see if Hunter Raynor can make sure that Weaver doesn't get anywhere near his corner that he needs. I mean, right now we're in the center of the ring. But if Raynor was smart, I'd be tagging Magnificent in. Keep the fresh man in.
Well, even smarter, Raynor put himself between Mr. Weaver and Weaver's partner.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there was even if Rip Cannon was kept to come in, it might have been a little more difficult to break up the pin because of the way that Raynor positioned himself.
Even more important, it prevents RJ from getting the easy tag.
True.
Other way, you could be fighting face to face. He could fall back, get that tag. If he's got to run off the ropes, run through you to get to his partner, I mean, you're right there. You get slammed like you got slammed. You get slammed again like you get slammed down. There's that running you were talking about.
Well, yeah, that was Raynor's fault, giving Rip Cannon the opportunity to break up the pinfall.
And, you know, Rip Cannon, I'm really proud of him right there. No regard for the rules. Have a lot of hope when I see things like that.
Really?
I mean, why wouldn't I? If he does it more
come on,
often,
this
he
is
could be capable.
This is absolutely unnecessary.
I mean, again, unnecessary, necessary, semantics, really. The only thing you're really concerned with in this sport is the pay window. Did you win? You win, you get more money. Did you lose? You get less money. That's all you need to know.
But
Don't get caught, don't get disqualified. Short of that,
holy
game on.
cow! Amazing head scissors there by RJ Weaver.
Kind of took your breath away from you for a second.
Yeah, it
there.
did. Well, the other
You
thing.
surprised? That's this kid's bread and butter. High flying. He's great at it.
And speaking of high flying, trying to get up there, but gets caught.
Unfortunately, thus far, those high flying ways have not translated themselves into tangible, viewable victories.
Yeah, Weaver, I mean, in that position would have been better off to tag his tag team partner. But, I mean, the kid's young, still learning. So we got to give him a little bit of time, a little bit of growth. And RJ Weaver stops Hunter Raynor. Weaver, good moves by RJ Weaver. Gets a drop kick.
Excellent drop kick. He nailed that with pinpoint precision. Unfortunately, not in a great position to capitalize, but he is closer to his partner. Now, if he gets over there, it's trouble time for the opponents because there's a fresh Rip Cannon waiting.
Yeah, fired up Rip Cannon. That's what I was going to say. RJ Weaver, you may thought he went down in the wrong position, but he definitely knew where he was going because here comes Rip Cannon.
Clothesline, not a lot of momentum, but effective nonetheless. Great back elbow, nails another one.
And a drop kick. Takes down Mr. Magnificent.
And Rip doing what he has to do right now. And he's making it happen for his team.
And Rip Cannon, I tell you what, he's going to take it to both of them. The fire that is in the belly of Rip Cannon right now, trying to go for something here. I thought we was going to set up Magnificent for the pin, but swing and a miss. Raynor comes in now as the legal man, or supposed to come in.
Well, Raynor coming in the ring, misses with that clothesline. Cannon ducked under it easily, nailed the partner, Magnificent, who fell off the apron, coming off the ring. Springboards, nails a cutter on Raynor. Raynor, he's laid out flat in the center.
That could be all. Ooh. Oh, what?
What is actually happening here?
What?
What the hell is going on, John?
Biggs. Biggs is back in RWC.
I don't understand what's happening here. Why the refs stopped counting? Why?
Because nobody wants Aaron Biggs to get involved in this match. I mean, him and Cannon have some history. Not really the time or the place. I know RJ Weaver eliminated
I don't
Biggs.
understand what's happening here. I mean, that's a DQ, right? Are there rules in it? What's happening?
Well, I tell you what, Biggs.
Okay, there's the ref. He's signaling. I'm assuming this one's over.
Got to be a no contest. I mean, going after Hunter Raynor as well. Mr. Magnificent wisely rolling back.
Yeah, he's no dummy. He saw what's up.
Speaking of dummies, You may think Cannon's a dummy to fight, but at least he's putting his dukes up. Can he put the effort in and take Biggs down? Swing, and yes! Rip Cannon, oh my God!
Oh my good Lord. That massive humanity coming down you on a Luthes press. John, that is in that man's hands. That maneuver, that's a career ender.
Yeah, the chest and Rip Cannon collapsed.
So much force coming down on you. That'll cave you in.
We're going to need the medical team out here.
Absolutely decimating Cannon.
I tell you what, Biggs is wanting to send a message. He did so here today.
Is he done?
I don't know. He's lording over his opponent. Well, I'm not going to say opponent, but because it's not a match. But I mean, come on, what you did the damage to Rip Cannon. What more is there to do? Fans, thank you for joining us. We'll be back with more Ring Wars Carolina Battlegrounds next week.
You guys thought you saw the last of me. I heard you guys out there cheering for Fodder when he's stinky out here. You guys thought you saw the last of me. Seems like RWC has a little problem. Seems like RWC has a big problem. When I left, I sold the company with one condition, that it would be better now than it was when I left. And I come out here and I try to get you people to see what's going on, and now I see nothing's changed. It's gotten worse. So, where is the homie? Where's Dex? Dex! Oh, Dex! Dex Carter! Remember signing that contract? Saying that the conditions were RWC would be better than it was when I left. So far, I see one cannon. I see one limping piece of adrenaline. I don't even know what that is. And oh my God, if that's sexy, I don't want to be. But I do see one thing that I like. And it's a big thing that's going around. And that, my friend, is nice and getting ground with Aaron Biggs. So Dex Carter, let me just say this. When me and my friend walk to the back, we don't walk to the right, where all the guys are. We walk to the left, where the men go. And we're gonna go sign the new contract that puts Nice and Getting Ground back in charge, and it puts Aaron Biggs as number one. And if you don't like it, guess what? You can join the other punks in Lumberton and Pembroke and Fayetteville and all the surrounding areas. Jump on the train, because while you're standing talking smack, we're gonna be smacking you up. We're putting all you guys on notice. You got big problems. Big problems. Biggs. You got something to say? You got something to say? That's what I've done. Hey, if you think you've bad enough, come step over here. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Come around, you can step over, you come around, you get hit hot. I don't care what you do. Nobody's scared of you guys. That's the problem. You get people running around here scared. Everybody's scared. Do like the rest of them. Go jump on your